good senator, pretty good senator, good senator, I appreciate and enjoy your friendship. Let me tell you, you all are represented well under the Gold Dome over the Senate. I mean, you got a senator you can go to. He works well with your representative. He understands politics, he understands the political process, and he understands relationships and how to get things done. So thank you, Senator, for being my friend too. Thank you so much. I'm here for one reason only, and I'm here for Mrs. Rick Williams. I'm only here for her. Where is she? There she goes. I just want you to know I'm here for you, not Rick. We have him thinking I'm here for him, but I'm here for you.
Thank you, Vernon.
I want to make sure your lifestyle doesn't change at all. You know what I'm saying? I am here for you, but it's so good to see you, sweetheart, and say hello to the girls and the rest of the family, the grandkids. But you know, I am here for Rick. Rick is my dear friend, and you know, it's kind of funny when we got down there. You know, I've been a freshman. I've been down there before, left and came to county executive, then came back in the legislature. But I met Rick, and we just bonded from day one. And he's kind of cool, so he's on Facebook a lot. And I'm on Facebook, but most of my personal Facebook is always about my mom. I'm highlighting my mom, and we're doing this and we're doing this. And I gotta tell you, every single day for the past 4 years, I've walked into that legislature. Every single day, how's your mom? And my mom was 90. Or he'll send a message and I'll read the message. I say, Mom, this is coming from Representative Williams. So he had become her favorite state legislator. And Mom, you introduced her to Facebook. She doesn't call it Facebook. She said, let me see that thing, that face thing. Show me that face thing. So I'd read her all the messages that come. She'd become popular and all right, when you say. And so, and you know, I had an unfortunate situation. My brother died, and we couldn't tell my mom, and Rick was with me for my brother. And then my mother died. And before she died, she was a little ill. And Rick was every day, how you doing? You'll be fine. You know, when you got the closest person in your life and you see them slipping away, it's hard. And being a man, you know, we kind of hard and stuff. But Rick Williams is a man's man, and I was able to come to him and show and share my emotions. So I don't mind saying it. I literally had a cry on his shoulder about Ma. He's calling me about Ma, and he calls her Ma too. And so she's gone to glory. She blessed me from her dying bed. But Rick and I, that's the kind of friendship that we had, where you know, he was a part of my family. And so now, as a legislator, you could do a lot better by electing Mrs. Williams. You clearly do a lot better. But no, as a legislator, he's as solid as Stone Mountain. And he's quiet, but he's effective. He has relationships too on both sides of the aisle. And you know, he doesn't see race, he doesn't see gender, he just sees people. And that is resonating. He has a fine reputation down there. So I know I am a Democrat, lifelong Democrat. I'm black too, in case you didn't notice. And here I am supporting the senator and certainly my friend Rick Williams and obviously Donald Trump. And that's how we're supposed to be, where when you see good people, you can put your country before your party, because you want good people to serve in public office. And so I want you all to do everything you can to help Rick Williams come back to the legislature, because he's good for you, and he's good for Georgia. And he's a good family man and a businessman, and he understands your purse. So when he's casting a vote, he's mindful of your pocketbook, but he's also mindful of your civil liberties. And that's important, especially in this day and time. He mentioned that I spoke for Donald Trump. You know, when I came out for President Trump, all hell broke loose. Because I didn't fit the narrative, I didn't fit the description. But anybody who knows me, I grew up in rural North Carolina on a farm. I'm a farm boy. And I believe in the Second Amendment. And I believe in the right to bear arms, and I'm an NRA member. I'm the only Democrat in the state of Georgia that got an A rating from the NRA, and I'm damn proud of it. I've always had conservative leanings, and I've always been an independent person. I supported George W. Bush. What I see happen in my party, I didn't leave my party left me. My party doesn't even believe in law and order now. They have turned their backs on police officers. I've had to command a police officer, a police department, probably one of the largest in the Southeast when I was county exec. I've had shootings involving police and involving black people. But if that officer did something wrong, we dealt with him. We didn't burn and loot and shoot and kill. I also had officers who were shot down in cold blood, including 2 black ones in one night, killed by a black person. And they have grieving family members too. When I went to their house to see these young wives who were 23 and 26 with babies on and one on their knee and the other one in their arms, they have a father too. Now, where's the outcry when police officers are being killed in this country right now? And more black lives have been lost since Black Lives Matter started this terrorist act that they've been going around this country doing, burning, looting, stealing, and shooting with Antifa. And when I hear Joe Biden and Kamala Harris not come out and denounce them, because they can't beat Donald Trump on his record. They can't beat him on job creation. They can't beat him standing up to Rocket Man, which you don't hear from Rocket Man anymore. They can't beat him on fair trade. He took unfair trade and made it fair trade in Canada and Mexico and said to China, no more are you going to get over on us on these tariffs. He secured the border. He put America first. If you want to call him a nationalist, call me a nationalist. Because that's the problem. We put other countries for our own country. We build bridges and roads and give them pallets of money. And right here at home, we have failing schools and failing infrastructure. Something is wrong with my party. And they rather see this foolishness and these cities burned down and crime on the rise. And most of these cities are run by Democrats. They rather see that than to see law and order. And I want to say to white women who live in the suburbs, not in the rural areas, while they're talking about some climate control, when they come out there and attack your property, you won't be able to control the climate in your house because they are that vicious, they're that mean, and they are terrorists. When I left the president's acceptance speech that night in Washington, D.C., I too was attacked. It's online. I was attacked by a mob of young blacks and young whites. They don't even have a job. They are being given money and resources to go from city to city to destroy our cities. And I'm walking there, I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? I'm black, so how can Black Lives Matter? You hollering Black Lives Matter with a Black Lives t-shirt on. You white Antifa talking about Black Lives Matter, and you're attacking me? And you attack Miss Alice Johnson, the lady that President Trump commuted her sentence after Obama and the Joe Biden crime bill put her in jail. They gave her life plus 25 years, and she had never committed a crime ever in her life. She made one phone call as what they call a goat, where she made a phone call on behalf of a drug dealer. And they attacked her too. This crowd is crazy. President Trump is the only man standing between community and chaos. And if we don't get up and get out and get this president elected and Rick and the senator, we're going to have a mess. Well, Vernon, why have you changed parties? Well, I want to stay there and I want to continue to pull that white robe off that bigoted party who call themselves a part of the big tent, but they're afraid of an independent thinking, conservative black man like me. That's why Joe Biden said, if we don't vote for him, we ain't black. And it kills me, these damn debates. They don't ask Joe Biden about his comments about that, but they want to ask the president about Charlottesville. And the president merely said there are people on both sides, good people on both sides, including those who want to keep those monuments up. Hell, I'm one of those good people he's talking about. I want to keep them up. You don't take them down. You can add to, but you don't take them down. That's a part of our history. That's a part of our heritage. And so I'm telling you all, it's scary out there right now with these liberals. I actually co-signed an immigration bill. And that immigration bill said that if you are illegal and you commit a violent crime, rape, murder, kidnap, that they will turn you over to ISIS and take you out of this country. And a transgender person, city councilman from Doraville, Georgia, came up to me at the legislature. And Rick, I don't even know if you know about this. He came up to me and he said, how could you have signed that bill? You like us. Wait a minute, hold on. What you mean like us? I'm looking at him, I don't look like him. And I'm damn sure not acting like him. And I don't have anything against people in the orientation. Do what you want, that's your lifestyle. But he said, how can you do that? You don't share the Democratic Party values. You're like me. Well, what do you mean I'm like you? Well, I'm transgender, you black. We're together, so hold it, partner. Stop it right there. Obama got you confused, but I'm not confused. You can wake up at 9 o'clock and be this, 10 o'clock that day be that, 11 o'clock be this, and 12 o'clock go back to being what you were at 9 o'clock. But I'm black from cradle to grave. Don't ever compare gay rights and civil rights. Big damn difference, partner. You can be what you want to be when you want to be it. And I don't know what you are unless you tell me what you are. And the Democratic Party, the House Democrats came and chastised me and blew me out of the water. I said, what the hell are y'all talking about? We have lost family values. President Obama called a big, scruffy athlete, and congratulations, you're a hero because you came out saying you're gay. I don't have a problem with being gay, but what about that man who works hard every day? Maybe a truck driver, may have had an infraction with the law, got out of jail, and he's trying to get his life back, and he's getting his life back. That's a hero. That's an everyday American. This big football player got so much money, you don't even have to see him. He can be away from you. So when I look at what's happening with the Democratic Party, it's gone too far. But I want to say this to Republicans. Donald Trump has done more to recruit and support African Americans than any Republican or Democrat has in the past 50 years. Joe Biden got a dream. If you're elected this time, I'm going to do this. Donald Trump got a record, a solid record of accomplishments for every community. He didn't leave nobody behind. If you want to work, he had your job. You want to invest your money, he cut taxes so you can invest your money. Offshore folks, bring your money back, invest it, create jobs. That's Donald Trump. That's the Donald Trump we need. World Health Organization lied with China. And by the way, the virus is from China. He's not. It's like when they call me homophobia. I ain't homophobia. I'm claustrophobia, but I ain't homophobic because I'm not scared of it. But they call him xenophobe and all this. When he first went, he said, no more trips from China. China knew what was going on. The World Health Organization knew what was going on. China giving them 40 million. We giving them 400 million. And they lied to the American people. So I was glad when Trump cut that 400 million. Bring that money back home. So that's how this president thinks. This president is standing in the way and helping us to preserve our civil liberties, the American way of life. Those other rascals, if Joe Biden did this, when I saw Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, when he announced her, I looked at that picture, it wasn't a bouquet of roses. I saw kudzu and cactus. One was evasive and the other was suspect, not necessarily in that order. One locked him up, the other one locked him down. Kamala Harris, can you imagine? Because Joe Biden's out to lunch. We all know that. If you want AOC and Bernie Sanders and that crowd involved, where they want to destroy business and take the tax cuts back, if you want that, you'll get that if you don't get out and get this president elected, re-elected. We have to be vigilant about this. And I know, here's what's interesting. A lot of white people don't want to say they're for Donald Trump because they don't want to be called racist. I understand that. Because a lot of us black people find it hard to say we from Donald Trump because they'll call us a sellout or Uncle Tom. Well, hell no, Joe, I'm no Uncle Tom, and I am black, but I ain't voting for him. Because I can think for my damn self. And I know y'all can too. And so get on Facebook get on Twitter, call people in your phone. This is too serious of an election. And Donald Trump is stronger with the COVID virus than Joe Biden is down in his basement without it. Donald Trump been on the front line fighting for us to the effect where he caught the virus himself. But that's Donald Trump. He's a fighter. He's on the front line. He's there with us day in and day out. He cares about America. And if you're a red-blooded patriot, you just think about my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where our fathers died, land of the pilgrim pride. From every mountaintop, let freedom ring. We're Americans. We're red-blooded Americans. And I don't care nothing about anything than just being an American and preserving this country for our children's children. And let me tell you, crossing party lines, meaning doing the right thing, I don't care. Marcy's here, Marcy Westmoreland. Her father was in the state legislature with me. He came in my first lap back in '93. He ran for Congress, and they called him a racist. And I went down to Coweta County while he was running. He was running against an African American. And I went down to Coweta County, and I stood with him, and I said, let me tell you, I'm endorsing. I was a county executive, representing the largest block of Democratic voters in the state of Georgia. And I said, the only difference between me and Len Westmoreland is the color of our eyes. And the damn reporters started laughing. They didn't know how to take it at first. But it's true, because he's a good man, he's an American. And that's what y'all fine folks are too. And the liberal media, oh boy, I don't fit their narrative. They can't get me on there to talk about Donald Trump. When I get on there, I start talking about why I support Donald Trump and why I don't support Joe Biden. And the liberal media don't have me on there much anymore. I was on there not long ago, maybe 3 months ago, with a reporter from MSNBC. Why are you supporting Donald Trump? And I'm running, he's African American, I'm running down the line. And I can tell, they whispered in his ear, because I know this business now, ask him, and he turned around and asked me, are you being paid by the Trump administration? I said, I be damned. I didn't say it on the air, but I said it to myself. Wow, the insult. I've been in politics for 30 years. I'm educated. I got a little experience. And I have to be paid. And I can't just make a decision based on his policies and based on his principles and based on his track record and based on his message and based on him fighting and doing more for this country in 47 months than Joe Biden did in 47 years. And all of a sudden, I went straight at that report and I started lighting him up like a Christmas tree. I said, Donald Trump hasn't given me a dime or a dollar, nor his campaign. But you're being paid by the liberal media to silence me. You're being paid by the liberal media to get your own message out. You want black people to stay on that plantation. Yo, I turned that light off. I left that suite. I gave them the key. I'm gone from that plantation. I'm a free, true, free man. And that's what scares the liberals about African Americans. And that's why more and more Republicans need to do like Donald Trump and start working and recruiting African Americans. School choice is a prime example. Democrats and their policy have kept kids in failing schools for generations. School choice. Let that parent make a decision where their child can go to a performing school and let that money follow that child. You know, it's interesting. You can come to this country legally with illegal kids. We give you housing, schooling, and all the wraparound services. But a black mother lives on the wrong side of the street, so her kid is zoned to a failing school. And she lies about her address to try to get her child in a school that's performing. Because just like they say about the legals, they're looking for a better way of life. Well, hell, this black mother was American. Generational American is looking for a better life for her child too. But they'll throw her child out, no sanctuary for the child, and they found out she's lying, and put her in jail. Isn't that a crying shame? She lied because she tried to get her child in a performing school. But you take illegals who come over who've never been in this country and bring their children and you open up the doors to them. Something is wrong with that. I'm not preaching hate now. Let me be clear. I believe in immigration, but it has to be immigration laws that are enforced. If you don't think immigration is not important, ask the Indians. I bet you they had some immigration before. They probably have the country now. Some of y'all get that a little later. But the fact is, now, Rick invited me down. He may not ever invite me down here again. I just call balls and strikes. But my heart is like your heart. We want to help people. We want the best for people, even if they're illegal immigrants. We want the best for people. We want everybody to achieve the American dream. And that's what I like about this Donald Trump. He wants to give you the American dream. He's enjoyed it. He's not in this for the money. This is his giving back. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to close out. The president's so funny. I've been with him a few times. And I remember the first night I got a call from the White House. Has anybody ever got a call from the White House? Well, if you get a call like this, then you know you get a call from the White House. 12:30, my phone, I'm like, who the heck called me 12:30? Respect my time. I get on the phone, hello? Is this Representative Vernon Jones? Yeah. Hold a minute. It's the White House. And they say it just like that, and it goes silent. It seems like that silence is forever. Next thing you know, out of nowhere, like she turned to my mouth. Hey, what's going on? Vernon Jones, how the hell are you? President Trump. Mr. President, man, let me tell you, Vernon Jones, you knocked it out the ballpark for me. Let me tell you, I love you. I love Georgia. How's Georgia? How are we looking at Georgia? Mr. President, you're doing fine in Georgia. Well, listen, Herschel, you know Herschel. I said, Mr. President, yeah, America knows Herschel. Well, you know what, Herschel, I've been friends for years, and Marla's from down there, and Marla went to school, University of Georgia. I said, yes, sir, Mr. President. He said, I love Georgia. I want to get back to Georgia. He said, I need Georgia. What can I do for Georgia? And we started talking. Then he starts talking. Well, now, Vernon, tell me this now. Now, I understand you from North Carolina, too. Well, we need North Carolina, Mr. President. I know we need North Carolina. I was going to say, hell, Mr. President, we need the whole country, but I just don't get it. And he goes off talking, and we get completely off politics. Then he comes back. Now, look, Georgia. Let me talk to you about Georgia. Yes, Mr. President. Although we just talked 1,000 times about Georgia. Look, Vernon, anything I can do, I love those people in Georgia. I want to come and see them. I'll let them know how I feel about it. Let us know what we can do. You got some good senators down there, some good congressmen down there, and good people. I said, Mr. President, yeah, Georgia. He said, I want you to know, Vernon, I got Georgia on my mind. He said, another thing, too, it bothers me about when they call me a racist. I said, Mr. President, it bothers me when they call me a racist, too. The chicken comes with feathers. He said, well, let me tell you, I've done this for African. I said, Mr. President, you don't have to tell me your record. I know your record. Hell, you did stuff for everybody. He said, but it really bothers me. And look, let me tell you something. When we win this re-election, we're going to show those liberals. Mr. President, I'm ready to help you show those liberals. I'm right there with you. And we talk, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, it's 30 minutes after Mr. President. Because I'm saying, he got a country to run. It's 12, now it's 1 o'clock. I'm like, shoot, you've taught me to death, Mr. President. And he said, well, one more thing. I said, okay, Mr. President. We started talking again. And I said, Mr. President, listen, you got me, and you got Georgia. Just go on. You got a full day. You run the entire country. But it was amazing how he just called me, and we spent that amount of time. When I go to the White House, see him, same thing. And I have to say, Mr. President, but you got a country to run. I'm just one person. I'm just Vernon. Hell, you need to be talking to heads of states. But he always want to talk about Georgia. Georgia truly on his mind. And so I'm saying that to say, the president cares about you. The president's fighting for you. Every one of you, the president's fighting for you. Anytime a New Yorker with that type of brash attitude can connect with us back home, who are farmers or blue-collar workers, just regular hard-working small business folks, it says a lot about who he is. Joe Biden's been on the government payroll all of his life. He's never had to meet a payroll. He has the luxury of being in the United States Senate for 47 years. Everything's been handed to him. And for 47 years, he hasn't done nothing. And I say to my black friends, I said, can you tell me one thing other than putting you behind bars that Joe Biden has done for black people? And they go silent. Then I say to white liberals, tell me what Joe Biden has done for you, other than just been there all these years. So when you look at the two, what Donald Trump has done, Mr. Representative, in 47 months versus what Joe Biden has done. Joe Biden run his campaign like his personality. He's dead. He's low energy. There's nothing there. There really isn't. Now, I like Joe Biden as a person. And someone who's had to deal with someone who has had mental challenges, I pray for him. But what really disgusts me, though, political hacks know this man is not mentally prepared, and they're using him, and they're taking advantage of him. Why won't his wife pull him out of this race? I don't know. But it doesn't make any sense. So, with that being said, thank you, Mr. Representative. Again, y'all, Rick is my friend. Y'all have no idea. In the middle of late at night, he's been there for me. Now, you have to be careful with him because he wants everybody to be his friend. You know, he's the last one to let you down. Be real careful with him, literally. Right? You know his business? Funeral home business. He's in the funeral home business. Touch his hand, it's kind of cold, like there's no blood in it. Good heart. But thank y'all so much. Thank you so very much. And Rick, thank you again. Miss Judy, thank you too. Senator, thank you too.